All right, so I just wanted to give you all a tour of Manhattan here. It's not going to come through, I don't think, on the camera. But the van and me and Louie, we're parked way downtown. This is like Wall Street, Battery Park. You go down farther here, and this is the very southern end of the campsite. And that would be like Battery Park, way downtown. We're in the financial district or whatever. We're in Wall Street area for sure. We hike up here. Starts to become a little bit more covered up. The canopies covers Lower East Side, East Village, the Village, places like that. Union Square. As you can see, it gets a little bit more tree covers. So while we're walking through the East Village, I want to thank you all for everything. This is a new season, and this is about faith. It's not about anything else. So if you've ever had any faith in what I do, thank you. And feel free to please share, like, subscribe, push, donate, buy. So this would be, we're in like, Alphabet City area. We're coming into Chelsea. Oh, that would be West Side, but the Empire State Building kind of neighborhoods, that latitude of the city. And then we come up here, starting to get into Midtown a little bit. As you can see, Midtown is a little bit more populated than the rest of the campsite. Weirdly enough, downtown, I guess, is somewhat of, relatively speaking, kind of a ghost town when it's not business hours. And so thank you for your faith. And everything is about faith. The reason I left the country in the first place was because I don't see any faith. There's nothing, it's like you can't make any more albums from. So this would be like Queensboro Bridge. This is where the you can get into the city from the bridge, and you're in Midtown now. Walking up into Central Park, but you can't make any. How many albums can you make under a tree for free? You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of faith to do that, and at some point the faith needs to be reciprocated. So thank you for reciprocating it. I need you to reciprocate it, and God bless you. Even if it's just a thought, that's great. Like I said in my video, $5 is a lot, $1,000 is nothing. So here we are, Central Park. There's wide open. You can ride bicycles, fly kites, walk dogs, have machete fights, whatever it pleases you to do. And we're in the wide open space here, Central Park. And this is where the river is, over here through these trees. And what we're kind of entering the Upper West Side, this whole coastal area where the bigger vehicles park by the river, the Hudson presumably. This is the Upper West Side over here and through that way, which makes this kind of the Upper East Side with the fancy upscale people. Not the road rats and the van dwellers. Then you get into Harlem, Spanish Harlem, and Washington Heights, and I think that's what it's called. I'm not familiar with that part of the city at all. All points north into this area. And of course, you got to take the 8 train or the 6, and it ends up in I think it's the 6. There's a few, of course. Used to love New York. Used to love it. Still do, fundamentally. But last time I was there was no good. So, and this is way uptown. past the park and entering up into the Bronx, Yankee Stadium, and it's way up there. You don't want to. It's dangerous to walk up there. You might get the squirrels. They speak a pidgin dialect of Yankee Spanish, and it's very, you know, "Hey, tall y'all." They're not like that. They're not cool like that. They're unfriendly. They're aggressive. They'll stab you in the back, slit your throat for a nickel. Pretty hardcore. I wouldn't go up there without a guardian angel or two. So anyway, uh, greetings from New York City. You can walk up all the entire island in what, 5 minutes? It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, so yeah, it's all about faith this time. So when you would say, what the reasonable question would be, well, why do you have to go to Mexico? Why can't you make the record in Durango? Why don't you make the record? Why didn't you make it 5 years ago? These are good questions. I don't need to put it like that. It's kind of stupid, but yeah, good question. And the reason is there's no faith. There's nowhere to do it. Where are you going to go? Where am I going to make the record? Under a rock? I've written so many songs under that tree right there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still living under the rock. So you're kind of like, yeah, no. Mexico, I've been back for about 4 months now in the States. And have yet to find a place to actually kind of go, right? So that's kind of why we're headed back downtown. We need to go back downtown. So we're on the A train right now, headed south, and there's the Queensboro Bridge. I don't know the trains on the east side so much, but 53rd and 3rd. Yeah, no, not me. I never was a. I actually have the same birthday as Dee Dee Ramone, as a matter of fact, though. We both have the same birthday, but I was never a gay hustler. Dee Dee Ramone, one of my favorite poets of all time, for real. I put him up there with John Keats and William Blake. Obviously, he's genius, but Keats was a poet. Keats was brilliant. I put Dee Dee Ramone in that class in a different way. I love his writing. I really do. Great songwriter. So we're headed back down. So we got the same birthday, me and him, which is cool, right? But faith, if you ever believed in anything I've ever done, I really appreciate it. Now is the time to share it and to promote it and say, this guy needs a place to park. The only reason he's going to Mexico or wants to go back to Mexico is because there's nowhere for him to stay here. And if we can fix that, I don't even need, I don't know anybody in Colorado, but I don't have to go to Mexico City. I could go to, we're already in New York. I don't care where I am. I'll go to New York. I'm already there, but I would go back to New York or I was just in Palookaville, Arkansas. I looked at jobs and seriously considered renting and kind of stabilizing and getting myself set up there. It just wasn't meant to be. So, since it's never kind of meant to be, and we're at the end of our rope here in terms of just like we're kind of stranded, that's not the word, because God has never left you. God never leaves you nor forsakes you. You're never truly stranded. But sometimes circumstances provide a compelling argument to the contrary, right? And but we're overcoming all that by the grace of God, and Jesus is Lord, and we are protected by the angels, and God is with us, and that's more important than anything. Get on that kick first, but after that, please go back downtown here to my apartment on Murray Street or whatever, somewhere in financial downtown. So anyway, vaya con Dios, gracias por escuchar. Donate, subscribe, like, share, go to the GoFundMe, and thanks again for everything. All right, vaya con Dios, amigos. Adios.